What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. I am Alex. What back at it again? Some of you may know me as King 770, but that's not nor here or there. I wanted to talk and give my opinion, which all that is about this whole Cardi B cancellation, her being canceled. I find out from the notification on my phone. I'm like, what? It's not like I'm a big fan of her, but just wanted to give my opinion on it. Cardi B released merchandise for her fans um, um, that sold quickly, including the 3XL, and made a fat joke which didn't respond well to what I like to call the obese sisterhood out there. Um, I'm going to be reading stuff from my notebook. I wrote down some notes and everything. So yeah, yeah. And if some of you haven't heard what she said or even care, what she said was quote unquote, especially because you fat fucks. Clearly, you guys are fat as fuck. No Chick-fil-A for y'all, unquote. That's what she said. And yeah, um, it also I've also written down that people have made fun of her for having the BBL and everything instead of like actually going to the gym and working out and everything. Like you can't do it yourself, but hey, to each his own. And what the big bag community is saying, uh, a lady on Instagram who has I think 3.4 million subscribers. I mean, not subscribers, but followers on Instagram. Samira, you guys may have heard of her. Commented on what Cardi B said, um, um, and from the two videos and most of the videos I've watched to form my opinion and everything, her content on Instagram mostly consists of trying to get stores to sell all clothing into like 3XL or larger, depending on whoever is inquiring about clothes. So, going over to the next page. Please excuse me, it's like 1 in the morning over here for me. Yeah, up that late. But my own just like opinion, like when it comes to this, a joke is a joke. Okay? Hold on. Yeah, a joke is a joke. And if and when you can't handle jokes, don't go to comedian shows and don't be around people or have friends that are jokesters, and whether they're making joke about you in particular or just in general. You know, me, I'm not a person who's a big fan of jokes. Not saying I can't handle a joke or two, but like grew up, hmm, me growing up, being bullied, being called four eyes, because I wear glasses. I take them off when I make videos. Yes, I do wear glasses. I'm nearsighted. For if and when those you might need to know. And at the end of the day, um, a joke can be about anyone and everyone, about women with BBLs, average size people, skinny folks. People who like skinny as a bone. See, that's a joke right there. People who wear glasses, like I just said earlier, well not just said, but yeah, single people who are single, married couples, um, man and woman, man, woman. Men and women who are virgins. That's what I meant by that. You know, and I hate to say this, but beta males, simps. People make all the time jokes about that, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I've also, researched and looked up and know that Cardi B has worked and made songs with artists, certain artists like Lizzo and everything. The song that I listened to yesterday was it was called Rumors. It said something how about how Lizzo wanted to smash Drake when he was popular. Y'all already know. Um, and Cardi B, she doing her rap and everything. Am I a big fan of Cardi B? No, but she got bars. Please keep from wipe my eyes. Pretty fat gang. Um, I've also looked this up, and I won't say I did research on it, but just hearing the word pretty and put with fat and gang in my mind, it just don't work out well. Respectfully, not. I'm just saying. Just saying. Don't come for me. Just saying. um. Yeah. Um. Cardi B, she has collaborated with brands to ask and make plus size clothing for people who are plus size. So it's not like she's not catering to plus size people. 1XL, 2XL, 3XL, 4, 5XL. Just saying. And um also, if and when she didn't have an audience that was on the plus size and everything, I don't think she would have made a joke like that and said that. Some people think that she's an idiot or not that very smart, for saying what she says or even consider her. But hey, to each his own. And for what I've also known about Cardi B, as far as like her BBL and everything, she doesn't work out. She mostly like when it comes to just like if and when she were to gain weight and much more as far as her body, she mostly does plastic surgery, liposuction. For what I've researched and everything, instead of working out, which is more healthier and better for her. But hey, some people are lazy, whether they have money or not. But when you do have money, you do get kind of lazy, especially the money that she got. People make fun of her for BBO. I don't know about like liposuction. Um, the one of the craziest things I have also heard from the videos I watch and where I form my own opinion off of this and everything. How do people benefit from fat phobia? One lady said that. I'm like, how does anybody benefit from fat phobia? If we really gonna be honest, you know. And another person that said fat phobia is rooted in anti-blackness, and I have did my research a little bit. You know, I'll talk about that I think on another video if we want to discuss that. But let's keep on moving, shall we? Wait. And for some that don't know the definition of fat phobia, irrational fear of, aversion to, or discrimination against obs- um, obesity. Can't talk over here. Or people with obesity. And I kind of said this earlier. Oh my god, this is irritating me. I'll deal later. I don't personally agree with fat phobia or this and that because at the end of the day, just like it's a choice to not eat and make any decision that you have in the 24 hours that we all have, you have a choice to eat. You have a choice of what you decide to eat. And if the one you want to keep going about eating and, doing such. Let me look at the time. Okay. It's yeah, be working out. I'm just checking the time because I have to do stuff on my phone before I record this. Everybody makes a choice if they want to eat and what they choose to eat. And from my own personal experience in my life, I've some people want to be fat asses, respectfully, male or female. But hey, to each his own. And it's like at the end of the day, if you're a content creator, TikToker, Instagram person, doesn't so much you doing social media and showing yourself eating all these delicious, you know, burgers, quesadillas, tacos, whatever it is that you're eating, hot Cheetos mixed with something. Don't be mad of how you look after you eat that shit. Respectfully. Just saying, I love hot Cheetos just like the next person, but I'm not gonna be eating that shit to my fucking grave. I'm just saying, I like the extra hot ones, but I'm at some point or time you have to be careful of what food you eat and how much of you eat it, and it just shows how undisciplined you are and how you don't really care about your. In my opinion, you don't care about yourself and what you put in your body. It's just, oh, it's because you're hungry, or oh, because it's that time to eat, etc., whatever else. And at the end of the day, if when you do love food, like the next person, make sure to take care of yourself. Yeah, like I've said before, Cardi B has worked with Lizzo, and and I also wanted to discuss why most brands don't make clothing for people who are 3XL or much more. I've written some stuff down. Why most brands don't make XL or 3XL clothing, influenced by combination factors including cost, marketing strategies, inventory management, and perceived demand. So like at the end of the day, you like the company has to ask themselves like, damn, do I got enough money to make clothing for these people, for the plus size people, and are you willing to do that? Because in my opinion, once you start doing something for people like that, they gonna expect more and more, and like it never stops, like a wheel going down the hill. It's never gonna stop. And me personally, if and when I was working in the clothing business and people love my brand and everything, hey, I would do my best to help somebody else, support my brand, and support what I believe and what I'm saying through my message of my clothing. But if and when I don't have the money for said fabric to make something above large, and I gotta do 1XL, 2XL, 5 or 10XL, who paying me to make this fabric and designs for said shirts, pants, hats? Not saying you have a big head. I mean, look at me. Yet still, like, you gotta like think of this as a business decision. Like, are you really willing to spend that much fabric for these people who are on, like, the plus size? I'm just saying it's like really gonna help your businesses. Like, are they helping the brand move forward into whatever mission statement that you have, and marketing strategy as like who you want to sell to and get more people, because you know. But hey, to each his own. Her fans joke with Cardi B on how they sold out the 3XL shirts. That's what I've learned. Like, it seems to me Cardi B has a subsection or a small demographic of people who are plus size, and they know this, and they're able to joke around with Cardi B because she's a jokester, if and when you want to say. And people who are plus size, 3XL or 2 or 1, they're able to handle her jokes and everything. And I personally think Samira, she only got into it because she got sensitive in the shit. And like, she didn't like hearing a person making, you know, uh uh fat jokes, calling somebody a fat fuck or a skinny fuck. I mean, and like, and one thing I always wonder is just like, if and when you care so much about what's another person is saying and about whether it's a fat joke and everything, especially if it's a fat joke, Why aren't you doing something for yourself to not have to feel hurt by this and not put yourself in that category? Respectfully. I mean, no matter how you're born, and this and that, you control what you put into your body, respectfully. And it's just like, come on, you know? Samara's mother, she even jumped in and tried to protect her, says like, "Oh, you're perfect, you're beautiful, no one can hurt you, etc., etc." And I was like, "Yo, why are you talking? Chill out, you know." But and at the end of the day, Cardi B does have to blame herself because I've seen clips and footage of her at the 2024 or last year or the last time, like, presidency, saying how she doesn't like bullies, she doesn't like this, she doesn't like that, XYZ and much more. Cool. You don't like bullies, you don't like, people who don't support plus size people, and you try to support plus size people in your brand, but like if and when you're not always catering to them and, you know, saying what needs to be said to these people, and if you ever say something wrong, that's your ass. Respectfully. And I just personally, in my opinion, shouldn't cater to people, especially people who are. I mean, I understand like you got a stomach on you. That's one thing, but you're overweight, like obese, and it's like think everybody's supposed to cater to you because respectfully, the world and if when you live in America or not doesn't cater to plus size people. It doesn't. If you really look at it and how the world moves and everything. And where are my last statements? Yeah, is don't stand up for hypersensitive people who get so sensitive off of you saying something. Because some people can admit that they're not the tallest, they're not the most handsomest in the face, and they got a little extra weight in them, and they're cool with that, and they can handle a joke, you know. So it's like if you can't, do not interact with said celebrity or follow said celebrity or probably just block them so you'll ever have to hear a joke again. Because I'll tell you right now, I've even seen comedians, and just to name one, Nate Jackson, who is boy, he obese and he's hella funny, making jokes about everybody and everything and his damn self. So it's like, come on, man. If you really can't take the joke, go somewhere respectfully, because you weirded me out. You weirded me out. Because at the end of the day, like she said, and I'll post the videos down below, where I, you know, or where I watch and everything. A joke is a joke, you know. And from what she said, especially how she speaks about her family and everything, like don't be around. I'll make sure not to go to her one of Cardi B's family reunions because I ain't trying to get joked on like that. Not saying I can't handle jokes, but it's just like, yo, she's been around, she's grown up in an environment and a place, whether it's New York, the Bronx, Chicago, or wherever it was, where people joked around like that and just like said what it said. I mean, wasn't that big of a deal, you know? And honestly, not just Samira, but there are is a big number of people who are like really sensitive and you can't say nothing about them unless it's just like perfect, unless you're like what? You're coddling to them, and if and when not, pandering to them. And we all knows what happens to people who pander to you, right? Look what happened to Darius Jackson. Look what happened to other people who do that pander stuff. It never works out. So it's just like honestly, be able to like keep it a buck with your fan base and people who do fuck with you, and just keep pushing. The other ones don't, they can kick rocks. Simple as that. Yeah, you know, a joke is a joke. If you can't be handle called an average motherfucker, a skinny motherfucker, or a fat fuck and everything, go somewhere, man. Because at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not, you know. And if celebrities can't even say what they want to say to their own fan base and everything, it's just like can content creators even say what they want to say as far as joke and this and that? Because I don't want everybody think try to put me on pedestal and everything. Because me, like, if you really be around me, hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna be blunt. If it comes off rude or disrespectful, misogynistic, sexist, or whatever, my apologies. Not trying to come off like that. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, being blunt. And some people honestly can't handle that, so don't associate yourself with that. But yeah, I mean, the backlash that she getting, do I think that she deserve it? No, I don't personally think that she should be canceled for what she's saying because at the end of the day, it was just a joke. You know, some people don't think that Cardi B is that smart or intelligent, and some people do. But to each his own. About her being black and everything, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I ain't trying to discredit her as far as her nationality and her race. That's her business. But still, a joke is a joke. Like I said earlier, people make jokes about everybody, and it's like we can't like make jokes about stuff like this. What Then we should stop joking about everything. Like stop making joke about my ear. Stop making jokes about a man's height, about how if he's not 6 feet tall, he shouldn't be respected and all this, and certain making a certain amount of income, and I can go on for days, but I'm not gonna do that. I just wanted to speak my piece and keep it a buck with y'all. I think this is like really stupid, and I was like, Cardi B canceled. Yeah, this gotta stop. And I knew it was a bunch of females who were gonna get canceled because if and when she was like talking to her, if and when Cardi B was talking to her male audience, I believe they can handle the joke. But to each his own. Y'all let me know down in the comments, in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace and trades. Where's squad?